All right. Hello, guys. So when it is Wednesday night, October 21st, and tonight I wanted to open up this Zoom call to everybody. So this is normally a night where the Diamonds and I get together and we chat some higher level stuff. We talk a little bit more about volume and rank and how to grow a team and leadership and all of that good stuff. And tonight I wanted to share something with everyone because I think there's a lot of power behind this one piece. And we have every Tuesday we have a meeting at my house here for all the local coaches, and it's always kind of a different crowd each and every week. Different people come, and this week I wanted to again extend more of my leadership aha moments and take something to the next level. And I think it went really well, and I think the three lovely ladies, Amy, Sarah, and Danielle, that were with me, got a lot out of it. And Amy's actually going to share a little bit of that tonight with us too. Um, but I think the big thing is we as coaches, we know what we're supposed to do every day, right? We know we're supposed to do the three vital behaviors. We know what they are. We know how to do it. But for some reason, some days we don't do it all, right? Something happens and some sort of excuse comes up. Something happens where we don't quite do all three of what we're supposed to do to our fullest extent and to our fullest capability. And I believe that a lot of that, it comes from fear for sure, but I honestly believe that 90% of it comes from belief. I'm just throwing out a number, but I like 90%. But I think it comes from your belief. And I was sharing with the ladies on Tuesday that there's numerous, and you guys probably have this too. There's numerous times in the business where I can sit and remember something clicking, and I was like, okay, whatever it was, all sorts of different aha moments that I've had in 5 years, and one of them in particular was becoming a Beachbody millionaire. And I remember being at my other house, and I remember the sun shining, and I remember being in my kitchen, and I had just gotten off the call with Keith, one of my mentor, my coach, and I was like, I kept saying to myself, I was having these thoughts, and I was like, I can do this. I'm doing really well, early on in this business. I definitely think I'll make high six figures, but I'll never quite be a millionaire in this business, or I'll never quite be a top coach. I just don't think people will look at me like that. And either way, it's great. I think we're gonna help a lot of people, and I think our life is going to be amazing. And I'm super proud of myself. And I think high six figures is cool. I always just thought six figures was cool. So let's shoot for high six figures. And that's literally what I told myself. Seconds later, because I consistently do personal development, I was like, what just happened? Hell no. I will be a millionaire. I will make $1 million. I will be a top coach. And there was no reason why I can't be like anybody else in this business. And I just remember, and I remember referencing Christine Dwyer. I remember thinking, I'll never be like Christine Dwyer. And then I was like, wait, I just saw Christine Dwyer in Atlantis. And I saw her yelling at her kids. And I saw her on the beach. And I saw her swimming with the dolphins. And you know what? She's just like me. So there's no reason why. And from that moment on, that was the year I became a 5-star. Everything clicked because I finally believed that I could do this. Another moment, which I'm going to share a teaching tool with, Amy has a technical term for it. I have not so technical term for it. I was sitting on the plane ride home on my way home from my first leadership. It was Keith, Bob, and I. And I remember Beachbody gave us like a report card. And it said, I had like 70 something points to be an elite coach. And I was already a 5-star. So all I needed was like 30 points. And this was September. And I remember looking at Bob and Keith. I was like, oh, I just opened my report card. Like, I could kind of be elite this year, huh? And this was 2012. And they were like, yeah, you can. Of course you can. You can totally be elite. And I'm like, I don't know. How does that even work? Like, I didn't even know the points. I didn't know why. I didn't know how I had 70 points. I didn't know how it worked. It's a little different. It was a little different back then than how it is now. And I was like, I don't know, and so that self-doubt came in, and that I didn't really have that belief that I could do it. And Keith was like, all right, listen, I'm going to give you an exercise to do. Turn around, sit there quietly. I don't know if you guys feel this, but the plane, I like have me and water and me in a plane. I am like a genius on a plane and near water. I don't know, right? Like amazing ideas pop up anytime I'm near water and anytime I'm on a plane. Like I could just focus on a plane. So he said, turn around, and I want you to do this exercise. I want you to write, I am a 2012 elite coach. I am a 2012 elite coach, and I want you to write it over and over and over and over again. Amy and probably Keith calls it repetitive journaling. I call it the Bart Simpson effect, right? Like, so just like Bart Simpson writes on the wall, on the chalkboard over and over and over that same thing, that's kind of what I want you to think of. So I want you to think about writing that. And here's the power in it. So you're not just writing it to write it. You're not just mindlessly doing a Bart Simpson, I will not be a bad boy anymore, I will not blow up the school, whatever, all this stuff. You're like, whatever this one ginormous goal is right now that you want to focus on, that's what you're going to write. And you're going to write it until you believe it. And that may mean blisters. It may mean blood. It may mean you have to go get some Band-Aids. But I want you to write it with such conviction. This is what I found. I was writing it, and Keith said, just keep writing it until you believe it. And so I started, and I was like, I'm an elite coach. I'm a 2012 elite coach. I'm a 2012 elite coach. And I kept writing it. And then I was like, and then the pen started getting like really hard. And I was like, damn it, I'm a 2012 elite coach. Like, and I wanted to stand up on the plane and shout it from, the rooftops, because I was writing it and I was swearing. I was like, I am an effing elite coach. I was like, I love to swear in my journal, just in case you guys don't know. Like, I love to swear in my journal because it's like my release. Because sometimes, if as moms and stuff, we get upset sometimes and we swear, or if Mark and I get in the habit and like I'll say a swear when the kids aren't around, but then it like slips when the kids are around. So I'm like, oh crap, I have to like practice not swearing ever. So I just kind of like, that's my journal is a place where I can just swear and I can just be a truck driver for a little bit, right? And just go and go and go. And so or I can be Tony. I can be a Furtado, So I just write and write and write, and I write really hard. And I was like, that year I was not an elite coach, but I was 9 points within becoming an elite coach, having just figured out what an elite coach was in September. So the point is, I want you to take whatever that is, and whatever that is, it doesn't have to be an elite coach. It doesn't have to be a 15-star. It doesn't have, whatever it is. I will be a 6-figure earner with Beachbody. Whatever it is, put a date to it, write it, believe it. Don't stop writing until you truly believe it. How do you know you believe it? You have butterflies. You feel like vomiting. You want to just shout from the rooftops that, holy crap, I'm a freaking Beachbody 6-figure earner, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Believe it and go higher than, like, some of you are like, all right, cool. I definitely believe I can be a diamond. Yeah, no, so do I. Cut the crap. Be something. I want something way bigger than that. Okay, diamond, you can do in your sleep now. Okay, you're on this call here at 9 o'clock. You're missing Shamar like me. I can see it, but you're here. It's 9 o'clock. It's a Wednesday. You're exhausted. Diamond's done. Okay, so don't even try to get out of that. Go higher, dream bigger, and really, really believe that. And feel those butterflies. Like, that's, I'll never forget mentors telling me all the time, when you're working your business every day and you don't feel like vomiting, or you don't feel those like butterflies, you're hanging out in your comfort zone way too long, right? When you're about to like, you're about to call someone, like to do like a getting started right or something, and you're like, oh, that's good, right? But if you're about to do a business opportunity call and you're like, whatever, that person's not scary enough for you. You need to find someone a little more scary to make you kind of think. The next piece I want to bring up with this, and then I'm going to talk about one more. So I'm going to talk about two more things, and then I'm going to let Amy share some aha moments that she had with this, and then I just want to open it up. I want you to ask yourself, and Amy had an aha moment with this. I want you to ask yourself, what are you expecting from others? What are you, when you're signing up coaches, or signing up challengers, are you like, oh gosh, I hope they just last the 30 days and don't return the challenge pack and I lose commissions and Success Club points? Like, is that all you're expecting from them, to just make it 1 month? Or are you expecting them to be rock star coaches or rock star challengers, like Beachbody Challenge winners and 5-star diamonds? Like, what are you expecting from these people that are coming into your life? Who are they, and what are your expectations of what they're going to do with this business? If you're just expecting them to like do the 21-day fix and you've already sent them instructions on how to cancel their auto ship, then you're expecting a lot less than you should be from these people, right? So I want you to like gut check time. Truly think about what you're expecting from these people. And Amy will share in a minute before we go on kind of what an aha moment she had with that. And then, what are people expecting from you? Are you canceling on people more often than not? Like, did you set up a getting started right call or a team call or something? You said you would be somewhere and like you find yourself texting the person and being like, oh, I don't feel well. Are you canceling on people with stuff? If that's the case too, then that's who you're going to start to attract, right? So I want you to ask yourselves, what are people expecting of you, and what are you expecting of others? And make sure that expectation is a lot higher than what it is. So Amy, will you share kind of your example when we were going through this? I mean, I know you have some really strong challengers, so this kind of surprised you. You're muted. Sorry.
About expectations?
Yeah, when we were sitting there, yeah. And the phone call, when your challenger called.
Right. Before, so I had a challenger call me, and as soon as I saw her name on my car, I went, oh, she's going to cancel. Like, I hadn't even answered the phone yet. And the first thing I thought, because she just got my email saying, hey, your next, shipment of Shakeology is going out if you want to modify it at all. And now's the time to, reconsider if you want to become a coach and start getting the discount. And I saw her name and I'm like, she's going to cancel. And she didn't. She just wanted to know, well, how do I modify this? And I'm loving it. And I'm losing inches, and I'm loving Shakeology, and this is great. And she came from my like page. So I hung up the phone and I'm like, phew. But that was my expectation. And it was, I didn't see it until we later talked about it at Nicole's, that I don't expect a lot from people, because my experience has always been, if you expect a lot from people, you're mostly going to be disappointed. So I've just trained myself to have very low expectations of others, and that way I don't get disappointed. I actually get excited when they do show up for me, and that's a win. So I did a lot of journaling around this, and I'm not expecting my challengers to complete their programs, because if they do complete their programs and they don't get results, then it's my fault. And, just all that crazy stuff that goes on in your head. So the journaling was huge. It really helped me to identify what has been getting in my way as far as expectations. And it gave me awareness about my expectations. That was the first thing, is to be aware of what I'm expecting from my coaches, what I'm expecting from my challengers. So that was that aha with this particular exercise.
Awesome. Thank you.
And then I journaled about my new expectations.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And that lifted my energy, and that got me jazzed and excited. And I reached out to somebody and I told her, I'm like, let's go win the Beachbody Challenge. You and me, let's go do it. And that got me excited.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. One of the next pieces I want to bring up that we talked about, and a couple things are going to kind of come up in this. I know many of you have been in a few of my like couples mentorship groups, or my Chalene push groups, or over the years. So you may have done this with me already, but if you haven't, this is going to be great. So, and these are great. So tonight we're talking about, what are you expecting of other people? And we're talking about Bart Simpsoning that heavy goal, right? So these are journal exercises, right? You all say, I don't know what to do when I journal, Nicole. Here we go, okay? One of the next big things I want you to do, and even if you've done this, please do it again. I've done this numerous times in 5 years. Chalene had me even do it again in our mentorship group last year, and it was fun. I want you to journal a day in the life of yourself 5 years from now. I want you to dream big, like we were talking at my house. I'm talking like lifestyles of the rich and famous, MTV Cribs big, right? Like, what have you always wanted that you thought would be so crazy freaking cool to have? Is it a beach house? Is it a boat? Is it a in-ground pool? I have been very, very clear on what kind of house we wanted to live in, and I journaled about it a ton. The only difference in the house that I'm in right now is it's not yellow. For whatever reason, I wanted a yellow colonial. It's not. Okay? That's okay. That can be changed, right? It has everything else. I remember walking through this house and being like, well, that's a bonus. Well, down to the fact that I wanted my house to have a master bedroom with a master bath that felt like a hotel, with a jacuzzi tub, 2 sinks, and a toilet that was by itself where I could shut Mark out, right? That was like my dream bathroom, right? Like it had to have that. It just had to have that. So I want you to think about, you can either do it like, what are my 5-year big goals, or you can do it as in, I always pick a summertime because a lot of my goals are around the summer and pools and water and things like that. So, when I do it, it's usually like it's a Thursday in the summer, and we're heading to our Cape home. And I write about, the girls are out of school, and like they have their friends that they're going to get to see that they only see at the Cape home every summer. And, we're going to be at the beach all week. We go from Thursday to like Monday because we don't work, like we can work from anywhere. So when I do this, it's like a day in the life. I pick a day, but you can do it however you want. Okay. Now, what's going to come from this big 5-year goal? Business, personal, everything. Put everything in there. What's going to come from this big 5-year goal is, now I want you to back down to 12-month goals, 9-month goals, 6-month, and 3 months. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 5 years. And the shorter term ones are going to get you to doing daily things to move closer to these goals, right? So I want to share a little something that has to do with that. A couple months ago, I would say about 4 or 5 months ago, Monica Shirala sent me a text, and she was like, okay, I need to I need to get to 5-star. And in order to do that, you know, I've got to find a new team. I've got to find lifers. I've got to pull in more business partners. And in order to do that, I have to sign more coaches. Do you think I can sign 10 to 12 coaches a month? And I'm like, yeah, of course you can, you know. And if you guys ever ask me, do you think I can? My answer is always going to be yes, because I know you can. So I was like, yeah, of course you can. Like, what are you doing now? She's like, I don't know, 1, 2. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. 10, yeah. You know, and these aren't discount coaches. These are like business builders. And then I was like, I'll do it with you, because I'm not doing that either. I'm doing like 2 coaches a month. I've consistently signed 2 coaches a month, I think, every month for 5 years, right? So I was like, I'm going to do 10 too. And so this was 4 months ago. That first month I signed 2. The next month I signed 2. The next month I signed 2. We text each other daily. Got another one, got another one. It's always been 2. This month now, as of 30 minutes ago, I just signed my 5th coach this month in October. Business builder, lifer, coach. So I want you to understand that as you set these 3, 6, 9, and 12-month goals, and when Amy sent me hers, they were conveniently like cruise, summit, leadership, end of year. I was like, oh, that worked out really well. I'm kind of smart like that. But I had no idea. But usually that's how it works. Every quarter something based around a Beachbody event. I want you to know that Monica and I set this goal, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, and we're now hitting it 4 or 5 months later. We're getting closer to it, right? So that's the piece that you have to just keep going. I know I harp on this all the time. And you tell your challengers, like, I just, you know, when you're teaching your kid how to ride a bike and they fall, and then they keep falling and you don't go, okay, let's just take a break. Maybe this riding bike thing isn't for you, right? You don't say that. You just keep going and you keep going and you keep going. And the same thing with your challengers. Like, what if they're like, oh, I just did 21 days and I didn't lose a pound. You're not going to be like, yeah, maybe you just can't lose weight. What? You would never say that. So stop doing that for your business. Stop just being like, I guess I can't do this. You have to keep going. The only way that you will fail at this business is if you stop. And if you let these fears and these stupid blocks get in the way. That's the only way you cannot be successful in this business. Trust me, it's the only way. Like, you just have to just take action every day and make it be imperfection. Make it be sloppy. Make it be messy. I've made so many freaking mistakes in the past 5 years, and I still do it. I mean, I just keep going, and I just keep going, because I know that is all I need to be doing. And eventually, whatever I'm doing that I set out to do 3 months ago, it's gonna catch up. It'll eventually just catch up, because you're just gonna continuously do it. One more piece I want to share. If some of you are kind of bored with your income, I get bored. Like, Mark and I have been making the same amount for the past year. I'm like, that is unacceptable. I mean, we're making a couple $100 more than we were at this time last year. So, I mean, that's good, right? You don't get a couple $100 a week raises in corporate in a year. So I get that. I'm grateful for sure. But I'm bored. I'm bored. So it's time to move on. And anytime I get bored with my income, I take ownership of my income. So we have, I'm personally working with 6, I think there's 6 of us that are working towards 5-star, some by the end of this year and some by summit. And they're all on my weak leg. So I don't just say, all right, you know what, Amy, Cheryl, Laura, Chrissy, they're all going to be 5-star soon. So that's when that leg will pick up, and that's when my income will pick up. I'll just wait for that, right? Like, no, I can't. They're going to get there, but I can't wait for them, right? I can't. And whatever they're doing now is going to pay off in 3 months and in 6 months, right? So I can't wait. I'm bored. So I take ownership of that. And the way that I do that is I sell more challenge packs. I sign up more coaches. I grow my volume from what I'm doing because I can control that. I know what I'm doing in my home every day on this computer. So that's what I can control. Mark and I sat for, like, I'm telling you guys, this like page thing, don't stress about it. Don't use it until you need it. But Mark and I have been working on my like page for 2 years. Mark and I have been trying to figure out how top coaches get people to their blog and their website and their like pages for 5 years. Okay, so now they're coming in. Now people are flooding in from all over. I hit Success Club 38 last month, and I'm at 26 right now. This has never happened to me. I hit Success Club 6 every month, okay? Because I took ownership. I was like, Mark, we have to figure out this retail thing. We have to figure out challenge packs. If we can't get coaches in that are going to work right now, then I need my retail to go up from $100 a week to $600 a week. That's what we have done. Because it was time to take ownership. And so now every week, my income is going up and up and up because of, yes, what the team is doing, because we've got some movers and shakers, but also because of what I am doing. So take ownership of your business. Don't wait around for your team to have their aha moments or have their, because they'll get there. It's going to be on their time, not yours. So you have to be comfortable with taking ownership of that. Amy, if you don't mind sharing, I know we had a couple voice messages going back and forth after, you went right home and did your homework on Tuesday, and you had a couple of breakthroughs. Do you mind sharing pieces of that with us?
Not at all. Yeah, so I came right home and I said, I'm going to do this, because one of the most humbling experiences is being a formal personal development mentor and not being able to mentor yourself with personal development. And Nicole sat and gave me all these journaling prompts, and I couldn't see that that's what I needed. It was so close to me that I couldn't see what I needed. And so these prompts that she gave us were perfect. Came home, started journaling, and I wrote, okay, 5 years from now, I'm going to be 53. Let's see. I know. I want to be the oldest superstar diamond in Beachbody. I saw myself on stage. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to be a 15-star diamond. And I'm like, oh, shit. Isn't that what we're here for, is to become a 15-star diamond? Maybe I don't want to be in this business in 5 years. And I really got scared. And I messaged Nicole, and I'm like, oh, shit. And she gave me some different prompts. She's like, okay, you don't have to fit into this mold, but what is it that you love about this business? Journal about what you love about this business and see what comes up for you. And that was the perfect thing for me to do. And I started writing. I love this business. I love what this business offers us. I love the company. I love our community. I love the connections. I love helping people. I love helping people on the fitness side of it. And that's when it hit me. I need to focus on helping people win the Beachbody Challenge. I've wanted that since I became a coach. And I couldn't understand why I hadn't been able to help somebody even win the daily challenge, because we're solid in our challenge groups, and these ladies are doing hard work, and I'm missing out on something there. And so are they. They deserve it. Like Nicole said, we deserve to be a 15-star diamond team. My challengers deserve to win $500 because they're working really, really hard. So I started to write my goals for the next 5 years based on what felt right to me. And what felt right to me was to have 2 business centers around 5 to 10-star diamonds, and to be working towards helping people win the Beachbody Challenge. And in doing that, I could see how, well, if somebody's winning the Beachbody Challenge, then they're obviously getting great results. And if somebody's getting great results with our products, then they're obviously talking about it. And people are obviously noticing. So they're going to be coming coaches, and they're going to be sharing. And that's how my business is going to organically grow, is through me focusing on what jazzes me, which is the fitness part of this. And that's how I was able to find my 5-year plan and then break it down to 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, 3 months. And then I'm looking at this plan going, hell, I can do that. And it made a huge difference to make it mine, but it had to start with the journaling and really digging deep into what I wanted. So this was a very powerful exercise for me.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Yeah. So the main point, I want to open this up, but the main point of this entire Zoom for you guys tonight is I think a lot of people are missing this visualization piece and this belief piece and this, what truly is this business going to do for me in the next 5 years? What crazy dream do I have? And again, it doesn't have to be, I told Amy, I'm like, well, you don't have to be a 15-star. I'm like, if that doesn't feel right, then okay. But do you still want to do this business? And she was like, yes, and I got all nervous, like, wait, what? Like, and so that don't make the other huge thing especially with such a big group of people, we share our goals all the time, whether it's on this Zoom or whether you guys share it in the team pages. And I think you guys look at people's goals and you're like, okay, cool, I should probably do that too. Yeah, don't do that. Make your goals your goals. There are so many ways you can be successful in this business. From day one, my personal goal, when I found out that the highest rank coach in Beachbody was a 15-star diamond, I was like, well, that's what I want. And that's just me. I came from another MLM for 8 years, and I couldn't get past the first rank of leadership. So I was like, I want the top, so I just had that passion. I don't know what Sandy sees. So I just want you guys to visualize whatever that is for you. Whatever that is. So feel free to unmute yourselves and kind of let's kind of chat this out. What are you guys feeling? What is excited? Sarah, I know you were at the house on Tuesday. Have you started any of this since then?
I've started a little bit. I just need to sit down some more and do a little bit more. A little hard with the baby around.
Yep. Good. Anybody else want to share kind of what you're feeling? Do you think this was helpful? Do you think this is maybe a piece that's missing for you?
I'll share.
Yes, Dale.
For sure. I've absolutely been avoiding the whole visualization. Sometimes I don't believe that I can move forward in any more capacity than I'm currently doing because I am afraid of, the time commitment, the workload, how am I going to fit it in? So I definitely have a negative expectation for myself a lot of the times. And I laughed when Amy just said she got the call and she immediately thought of something negative because that's what happened to me yesterday. I had posted in Team Passion about the woman who messaged me and said, I don't have room, I don't have money, I don't know what to do, but I need to lose weight. I'm going to be 50 next month. What do I do? And she said, can you please talk on the phone? And I was like, I've already been down this road with her like 4 times. She messages me repeatedly. I don't know what to do for her anymore. I've given her every tool I can think of. So I didn't call her at 8 o'clock when she asked me to. I messaged her and said, I'll call you at 8:50. And I really was in the middle of something. And I felt really badly because I put her off. And I never do that, ever. Although Amy tells me I shouldn't make myself available the minute everybody asks me to. However, she specifically asked me for a time. So long story short, she said, I'll call you at 8:45 instead. Is that all right? And I'm thinking, she's not going to call me. There's no way she's going to call. Like, she's done. She clearly is done. My phone rang at 8:40 and she said, I need to re-sign up. I need to be a coach again. I need to get on track. And I was like, what? Oh, okay. She's like, can I give you my credit card? I just need to go to Shakeology and I need you to put me back in your group and I need you to help me. And I was like, all right, I can do that. And it was like, I just needed to hear somebody like positive say to me, I need you to help me. And I was like, because I help everybody, but I really was feeling kind of down about all that. And it really made me feel like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what we do. We help people, and it was great. It was a good day.
Good.
That was my share.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. And transferring that to your coaches is going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's so big. I mean, you know, you guys, I shared with you guys last week or the week before, I was just feeling, right before leadership, I was just feeling so like, I don't know how to help these coaches anymore. Nobody listens. I was just like whining and whining. You know, I had a bunch that do listen, of course, but I was like, and now that I have shifted back to, you know what, I am going to sign rock stars and they are going to be awesome. And there are people out there. I have some amazing rock stars. I see one of them on here now tonight for her first Zoom, Gina, they are. And it's just, you know, just when you expect rock stars to come into your life, they're just going to. So yeah, shift that expectation that your challenges are going to be awesome and your coach is going to be awesome, and awesome coaches and awesome challenges will come into your life. So good. Anybody else want to share?
Nicole, it's Kevin, Sarah's husband.
Yeah.
So I get. She told me that she was going to go to your house. I said, do it. I said, you. And she kept on saying, should I? I said, yeah, you're going to do it. So she is one that she is so far out of her comfort zone on everything. She was. Jenny Orlando made her the leader of the week. Her first, like, this is something new that Jenny started, and Sarah's the first person. She messaged Sarah and I in a three-way combo and said, hey, I want to make you the leader of the week. Would you be willing to do a video? Her first response was, I don't know about that. I said, and I messaged because I was working on the road. I heard it and I looked at it. I said, she goes, I don't have a story. I'm nobody. I said, I said, you are somebody. You don't give yourself enough credit, and you are doing that video. And sure enough, she did the video right after that. So I'm just proud of her because she's actually stepping out of her comfort zone, making a little bit more videos. And I've been the admin for our challenge group for the past several months with Jenny, and she just asked Sarah to be one of the admins as well. And again, I told her, you're doing it. You don't have a say in it. You're just going to do it. So now she has to do even more videos so everyone can see her. And I keep on telling her she's got to do that more. So thank you for having her over at your house and giving her a little extra fire, because she came back and said, Nicole's awesome. You know, you should have seen everything she told me. She said this, she said that. I'm like, how many pages in this? She goes, look at them all.
Yeah, and she fit right in. It was like we'd been old friends all along. Awesome. Thank you, Kevin, for sharing. Erica, were you going to unmute yourself? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just going to say, I really think there comes a point in this business where you just, it's like not caring, but caring still. Because I used to, you know, everyone wavers, and I've been in, honestly, pretty much the same place financially for like a year, two years in now. And I think, honestly, any sane person might have quit by now. But I think we just, as Beachbody coaches, as entrepreneurs, we just have that, you know, that thing that says never give up. And I used to get really upset every Thursday when I saw people's, you know, paychecks, and I'm like, I'm doing the work, but nothing is changing. And now I look, I don't know, I think it was one Wednesday night call with you, and something just clicked. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to compare myself anymore. So with everybody's business, you're going to have that one point that you're just like, I'm going to work as hard as I can, and it's up to the universe, you know?
Yep. Good. Awesome. Is everyone excited to do this work, to like do this internal work? Danielle, were you able to do some of it after you left my house Tuesday?
I haven't written anything out yet, but I had a lot of thoughts going through my head, and lots of eye-openers of how I was saying all the negative things and getting upset about people quitting or not showing up like they said that they were going to show up. And so that whole shifting your expectations like really hit home with me. And like, that's like, so having that mind shift was really good about like, what am I expecting of my business partners? What do I expect of my challengers? And really letting them know up front, like, this is what you can expect from me, and this is what I expect from you. And the whole, you move, I move type of relationship, so that, because I've taken the past year and I focused more on my team versus my own personal business, which in hindsight, I see was the wrong move. So yeah, I got a lot out of just the whole expectations, and now treating my business 80%, like taking on 80% towards building my own business and working with people who truly are showing what they're willing to do, both as challengers and business partners, and focusing more on positive stuff and the negative versus the negative things that pop into our heads, and just like shutting those down, or the gremlins, as Amy called them, like getting rid of those. So, but tomorrow is my journal day. So, yeah, it's going to be some torn papers, writing all that Bart Simpson stuff out. So
Good. Awesome. Amy, will you share that gremlin analogy? Because that was really good with the water.
Yeah. So you remember the movie Gremlins? And if you'd shine a light on them, they'd cower and they'd go bright light, and they'd get smaller and they'd lose power. Well, that's kind of the idea with your journaling. When you're looking at what's going on that's negative, if you shine a light on it, it takes the power away. It takes the, those gremlins, those negative thoughts, and your self-doubt. If you just look at it and see that it's really not real. I wanted to share one other thing about journaling. I resist it like crazy, because I know how powerful it is, and I know that it's going to result in change, and change can be hard, and who likes hard? So do the work. Like, you'll make a million excuses as to why you can't do it. You'll pull your journal out, and then you'll do your laundry, or you'll call your mother, or you'll brush your teeth, or you'll clean, you'll find every reason in the world not to journal, because there's a part of you that's saying, I know this is going to be valuable. I know this is going to create change in my life, and I'm afraid of change. But it's good. When you work through it and you get to the other side, that change equals growth, and that growth equals progress. So do it.
Yeah. So cool. And I know Charlotte had shared, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, in the Diamond page a little bit about, it was funny that we were doing this call tonight. I'm like, that's exactly what we're going to talk about, how you had shared all your negative thoughts that were happening for a year, and you kind of shifted. Do you mind sharing a little piece of that?
No, I don't mind at all. So it's no secret. If you go back to my old posts, I was doing this all wrong. I was super negative, and it was a lot of what I would tell myself constantly over and over. And so having a success partner kind of that was able to tell me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear, which is a lot of the times what I've conditioned people around me to do my entire life, to tell me what I want to hear, not what I, need to. So Taryn would tell me, you can't do that, knock it off, cut it out. And now it echoes in my head. And so I have to tell myself to cut the shit all the time. Just, stop thinking that way. I have a lot of money blocks and different things that I carry with me, and I'm really not kidding. Personal development, I feel like it saved my life. So when I say Beachbody changed my life and saved my life, it's because of the vital behaviors that they give us. And, I didn't have, I didn't have anything very positive going for me before all of this. So the personal development, believing that I can have, a life that I literally dream of, and trying to give without wanting to receive all the time. It's, it's been good stuff to realize. I don't know if that was just kind of pouring out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful to realize all these things, and to know that there's nothing that stands between me and where I want to be except me.
Yeah. Good. Good. Anybody else?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. The journaling prompts, did you post those? Because, you know, I
Did you just
am
join us,
stressed.
Megan? What's going on?
I know. No, girl, I'm like, it is not 9 p.m. We are active here. So I heard the journaling prompts. I got on at like 6:03.
Oh. Well, yeah.
What did I miss?
So the first one is for you to do. Did you hear the whole Bart Simpson thing? Like whatever that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of your whatever that big goal is. You're gonna write, whatever that is, over and over and over again till you feel it, till you bleed, till you're trembling. And then the other is to write out a day in the life in the next 5 years, and then reverse engineer that into 3, 6, 9, and 12-month goals.
That's the exhausting part.
Yes.
That's where I stop. I have great goals. No steps to get there, but I have great goals.
Yeah.
That's what I
So
should do.
that, and I think what I talked about too on Tuesday is, so you're setting your 3, 6, 9, 12-month goals, and you're like, okay, so how do I get here every day? Chances are, like, you don't have to set like 10 goals and then have 3 things in each goal to do every day. Like, that's crazy talk, right? You'll have a list of 30 things to do every day. So don't do that. But whatever your daily action steps are going to be, chances are it's just the 3 vital behaviors, right?
Right. Right.
You have 3 things to freaking do every day. Just do them, right? And
Right.
so there might be a couple other things in there that you want to take to the next level, you know, a journaling piece or a, you know, posting in your challenge group or whatever. But
Okay.
don't stress about, I need to have 30 things to do in order to be where I want to be in 5 years. It's your 3 vital behaviors. It's consistency. It's the personal development. And this if journaling, you avoid journaling like the plague, then that's what you need to focus on in your personal development. Like you need this. You need to visualize. You need to believe this. This is a piece that chances are you're missing. You look at me, and I tell you all the time. I mean, look at me. I'm doing a professional business Zoom call from my bed. Okay, just like you. Nothing fancy. No makeup on. Okay. Lori's
Yeah.
cringing because I'm not dressed. I don't have jewelry on. I don't have accessories on. Okay. I'm a mom. I'm no different than you guys. You guys know that and you believe that. So there's no reason why you can't make 7 figures too. Like, hello. Okay. So that's what you have to remember. You have to believe that, wait, Nicole doesn't get dressed for these Zooms. I certainly can handle this, okay? You're not gonna see the makeup and done up from me when we're chatting. Sorry. Join another
Me
team.
either.
There's another team that does that, not me. But I just kind of I want you guys to believe that you can do this. I'm the only thing I'm doing different than you guys. 1, I've been at this the longest, and 2, I don't go to bed till my 3 vital behaviors are done, no matter how sick I am, no matter how tired I am, no matter how grouchy I am, no matter what kind of day I had. I get dreams, and I'm not letting any excuses get in the way. So that's what you just have to tell yourself. And if there's a piece that like you're totally struggling with, like whether it's positivity, whatever it is, that's your personal development every day. Like if there is a piece that you're struggling with, and then I say to you, what are you doing for your personal development? And you're like, GoPro. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Strike. You're out. No. If there's a piece that you're struggling with, like that I'm struggling with belief, Nicole. I don't think I can do this. I can't be like you. Figure that out. That's I want you to read The Go-Giver, read The Energy Bus, read Life's Golden Ticket. I posted the other day, I think, when I posted an Og Mandino quote, The Greatest Miracle of the World. Great book. Like just that powerful, you don't know the universe type stuff, watch The Secret. Whatever you've got to do to believe, and again, just like everyone poo-poos The Secret because they're like, well, you don't just manifest it. Yeah, you got to do the work too. I'm not saying, you got to do the work too. So that's what I want you guys to check yourselves every once in a while. And please don't be afraid. Like Amy messaged me the other day with that, and so I gave her more prompts. I mean, I didn't realize I did it, but I just was like, wait, what? And I just asked her a new question, right? So don't be afraid to do that with me. Don't be afraid to message me, like something like that. Like I'm here for you guys with that stuff. So if you're struggling with something, let's figure it out together as a team. Cool. Anything else? Any last minute? Holly,
Can
you
I
were
ask-
quiet tonight.
Hello,
Yes. Who's that?
it's Pam.
Pam. Hello, Pam. Yes. What do you got?
So I'm going to throw this out there because I'm at the point of so frustrated. I became a coach in April, became Diamond in August, and the last couple months have been so deflating. I'm not making SC. So I really pumped up my game. Huge, big time the last, say, 4 or 5 weeks. And I have, say, 15 people in play, just continually talking to these 15 people that some are coming back from months ago and some are new. I'm throwing myself out there in ways I have never in my life imagined I would throw myself out there. Twice today, I talked to total strangers, which has never happened, about my journey, about here's my card, look at my like page. And last night, I was like, I'm at the point where I'm either it's gonna go big or it's gonna flop. And I'm struggling with that because my sister and I, we run our team page together, and we literally have 2 events set up. One we're personally running, just to get people out to just see new faces, new names, get new emails, new anything. And I'm to the point, I'm like, what the hell? Something's got to give. So I'm either going to sign 15 coaches this month, or it's like I'm still at SC0. And I am honest to God baffled by it, because I am, within the last 2 weeks alone, I probably put in 80 hours. And it's just, I'm ready to bang my head on the wall.
Does anyone have an answer for this? You guys know what my answer is, yes? Who wants to answer that? Anyone?
Personal development.
No? Anyone? No.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Megan.
Okay. If you're doing the work, don't stress, because you're gonna get to Success Club if you do the work. So don't stress. It'll happen.
Is that a Nicole voice? I don't think you
Yes.
got it. Get your Boston accent right, because that was a little off.
Don't stress. It'll happen. You do the work and it'll happen.
I mean, I think that's why I'm so frustrated. Maybe 2 months ago when I didn't make SC, it was like, well, you know what? I slacked a couple days. I deserve not to make SC. And then last month and so far now, I'm like, what the hell? Something really needs to do. What am I doing wrong?
What are you doing for personal development?
I read the different books. I'm between I'm a Badass and another moneymaker one, and I watch online videos. I watch stuff from the uplines. I've gone to back office.
What are you doing? What are you not doing that you know you should be doing?
Honest to God, right now, I don't know. That's why I think I'm so frustrated. I don't know, except for this whole journaling thing is a complete new concept. I honestly haven't heard this yet. I told my story on a video. I'm not a big video person. I can't even believe I'm talking right now, but that's how frustrated I am. I'm throwing myself out there in ways that I'm making myself so vulnerable, but because I want it to work, because if it doesn't work soon, I'm going to have to get a part-time job. And I don't want to do that. I want to be home. I want to make the business work. I want to make it work big. I know I can.
Are you desperate?
I was just thinking that.
I feel like I'm desperate.
Then people can feel that you're desperate and they're not attracted to that. You got to let go of the attachment of the outcome. You're
And
holding on too tight.
And
So,
frustration piece. I'm frustrated. This sucks. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to join your team, Pamela. Like that.
People feel that.
That's that. And even if you like consciously aren't giving that, subconsciously you are. And then one more piece. I shared at the beginning of this, I set a goal to sign 10 coaches a month 4 months ago. It is now paying off 4 months later. You've only been at this 5 weeks, you said. You've only been building momentum consistently for 5 weeks. That's not enough time to give this. So you've just got to keep going.
I just think it was so crazy because in the beginning, I was barely, I mean, was signing coaches left and right, and it was like, I didn't put in a third, maybe even a quarter of what I'm doing now. And I may feel desperate, but I feel like I'm very positive to people. I don't feel like negative at all. Anyway,
Yeah.
I guess I got
They can still feel it. They can still feel it, even if it's subconscious. They can still feel it. It's not. I know you're putting on a big happy face and taking a deep breath and doing your invites, but it may be coming off a different way. My biggest tip is that you keep going, that you do this journaling piece, because the only way this isn't going to work is if you stop. If you say, forget it, I've been at this 5 weeks, I'm out. Now nothing's going to happen. So that's your worst case scenario, is that you quit and no one's going to sign up. So that's not an option. You said that's not an option. You're not going to get a part-time job. And the other thing is, I was actually talking to many new coaches today. I had a bunch of Getting Started Right calls today. And I said, stay where you are right now. They're all like, I'm so excited. This is so fun. I'm having so much fun talking to people. Remember what that was like. You're not having fun anymore. You've taken the fun out of this business. You've put too much stress on yourself. You've put too much pressure on yourself, and this isn't fun anymore. Go back to when you were having fun and figure out what that was. So journal about the beginning. Journal about your first few weeks. Journal about how that felt. Journal, put this exercise aside and do this one first. Journal about what it was like in the beginning, staying in phase 1, being excited. What were you doing? What were you feeling? Who were you talking to? How were you talking on social media? How were you talking to your family at the time? How was your whole world at that time?
Okay, I'm on it.
Take it back. Take it back. You can do this.
Thank you.
Yeah, you good. Awesome. Anybody else? I know we're getting late, but this is a good one. Holy crap.
Hi, Nicole. This is Joe Honda.
Hi. I don't see you. Are you on the phone?
No, because I just walked in the door and I look a mess, so I didn't want to. I got on the call real quick. My question is, I feel like I'm left out because I'm not there in Massachusetts when you have those one-on-ones with people, and I'm way down here in Atlanta, and thank goodness for Cheryl. Cheryl has been very instrumental for me, because Cheryl and I speak several times a week. I don't feel the urge to give up, because I actually tell my children that in 4 years, I'm going to do 6 figures. I said, right now I'm struggling. I said, but it's new, but I can feel it in my heart. But now I see the importance of personal development. I schedule a time every morning at 6 a.m. I have things right next to my bed. I don't get out of the bed until I do my personal development, and that's when I get it done in the morning. But sometimes you feel like the woman who just spoke. I don't want to come off like, I don't want my friends like, oh my God, here comes the beach body girl. He's the beach body girl, because she's talking about beach body all the time. And I get smart remarks from people when I see people, what are you eating? Are you supposed to be eating that? It's just like people really look at you. People are watching. A lot of people don't hit likes, but when I see people here in the Atlanta area, they're like, oh, what's going on with the beach body thing? So it's just, you try to stay positive, but it's just sometimes it's like, okay. And like the last several weeks, I have not made nothing, but I actually do more invites. I was very afraid of doing invites for a very long time, because I started off very strong. I became an emerald within a month. I started off very, very strong, but then all of a sudden, all my coaches just stopped. They just stopped. And I almost did stop, but Cheryl was very encouraging. So I'm just trying to get the momentum back up, planting the seeds, hopefully in January. Not hopefully, I think January people will, but I have to hold myself, I think, accountable. I need to pick up my game. I have been eating fine and, exercising and stuff. I need to just pick up my game a little bit more, because I know people are watching me. And a lot of people watch me because I'm also a stylist. I style women and men. So people watch me for two separate different things, like what is she doing, or what does she have on, and stuff like that. So, but I think I don't know. I just get some one-on-one with you, Nicole, from long distance. I don't know. I just feel like I need, maybe once a month or something. Just because I can't be there.
Yeah.
I just not in Massachusetts, and it's kind of like I went to Super Saturday here. Was wonderful. I did enjoy the first one I went to. Was horrible. I hated it. People they were cold, they were standoffish, but this time because people remember me, for some reason people remember me from the last time, and they watched me on Facebook, so they approached me. So so it was better. But I think it can be overwhelming. It can be, but I see the potential. I watch you all the time. I don't put a lot of likes and stuff for this. I watch you a lot and see this potential. I never forget the first time you said, think of it as college. So I'm in my freshman year still. So I'm hopefully by my senior year, I should be where I want to be, but it's just not to give up. But I don't know, just throw me out another personal development. Like what's the next, the journaling thing is probably hard. I think maybe that's what I should do, the journaling thing.
Yeah, do when we'll get this posted tomorrow morning, so you'll see the first half of the call, because I know you said you just hopped on. So lots of journaling, two big journaling activities were given to you on this. We have a ton of people that are in California and Hawaii and all over, so I understand not being part of the local team is hard for sure. So growing a local team will be exciting for you, but we have these calls every Monday night. So you always have that opportunity, and you can be more active in the Team Passion page and start feeling connected with everyone.
I know, it's so big.
Yeah,
it's so big.
It's fine. There's like 1,600 people in Team Passion and like 20 people post a day. I wouldn't be upset if we had 55 posts a day and the thing went faster. I know it would be overwhelming, but I wouldn't be mad. Like, I would love to see more people, because what's going to happen, like, we have, like Amy and I like have been on all of these trips and all of the summit, and we have our team, Andrea Otley out in Oregon, and Cheryl Mina in New York, and Lorena Cates in Oklahoma, and it's like a ginormous family reunion, 2 and 3 times a year. So it's like they are far away, but we're like all best friends, and we all just can't wait to see each other at these events. So getting to know us all in these Zoom calls, like there's pretty much the same people on these Zoom calls with me here live every month.
Yeah.
Stuff, so I take notice of that. I'm good like that. I can remember faces and names, and some of my coaches will say I'm struggling, and I'm like, yeah, I don't see you on the Zoom.
Yeah. You're right. You're correct.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Next time, put some accessories on and do your beautiful makeup so we can see you. Because if we want to see you beautiful,
all right.
I do see you on Facebook, and I love your style and your hairdo and your colors and all sorts of fun stuff. So
thank you.
Trust me.
I'd be encouraged.
Yeah, and yeah. So if you're thinking, well, I'm on Nicole's team and there's 11,000, she's not paying attention, trust me, I know what you're all doing. And if I don't know you, okay, that means you're not doing enough. So if I can reference some of your social media posts, then you're paying attention and you're doing good.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you guys for joining me tonight.
Night.
This was super duper helpful, and we will get this recording up. We're going to bundle all of the Team Passion Zoom calls in a category because there's so many now, and there's so many other trainings that I want you guys to get to too. So I think when you first look at it's all Zooms that you see right now. But yeah, these are always recorded for, well, Wednesday nights usually are not, so this was a special one. Our diamonds come on Wednesday nights with me, but it's live, so they either get it or they don't. But tonight I wanted to make sure that you guys all have this, because I want you to start visualizing, and I want you to start journaling, and I want you to start believing in the power of all of this and believing in yourself. Good night, guys.
Thank you. Night.